¿Qué pasa, gente? Bienvenidos al canal en un nuevo vídeo más. Es una demo, se llama Constructor, está disponible para la Play 4 gratuita. Y nada, vamos allá. A ver si no dura tan poco como las últimas que he probado. Que la máxima que dura son 20 minutos, que ya está bien, ¿eh? Ya está bien. Supongo que será de estrategia, pero lo supongo. Uy, que me enrolla la carta de la muerte. ¿Ves? ¡Bum! Hasta luego, Mari Carmen.
The end is near, my darling. The end is near, my friend. The end is near, my darling. So you better take my hand and then sing this song together. Song about the end. The end is near. The end is near, my friends. Oh yeah.
A ver cómo va. Pues venga, tutorial, ¿no? Pues venga, circulando. A ver cómo se juega esto, hijos.
So, you think you can make it in the world of Constructor? Your predecessor was not up to the job. You think you can cope with the demands of the city council and the mob,
Bueno,
let
intentaré.
alone those annoying tenants?
I'll get it in the neck if I don't explain some of the basics to you. Your
Vale.
ever-important cursor is controlled using the left stick.
Ya lo sé, hijo.
You can push-scroll the map by moving to the sides of the screen.
Vale.
Well, there's no flies on you, are there? You can move the camera view around using the right stick on its own. Why don't you have a look around now? You can zoom right out by holding R2 and pulling down on the right stick. Well done. You're not as daft as you look. You can zoom back in by holding R2 and pushing up on the right stick.
Está claro que está en inglés. No sé si la versión vendrá luego en castellano. Sería lo suyo, porque si no, para los que no sepan,
You
chungo.
best protect it like it was one of your own. If this
Los
burns
cuarteles
down, there'll be
generales.
curtains for you. But don't worry, we'll dig you a nice grave in the yard.
Rather than standing around picking your nose, let's get going by selecting this geezer. Point your cursor at his feet and press the X button.
This is your foreman. You'll need him to build your property empire. He will instruct his own work team to do all the hard graft for you, whilst he files the risk assessments. You can move him around by pointing where you want him to move to and pressing square.
Righto.
And here they come. Your workers have finally got out of bed to do some hard graft. Send your foreman to the beacon we've just placed outside the HQ entrance by pointing and pressing the square button. His work team will always tag along.
Righto.
That was a long walk, wasn't it? Every foreman can have a work group of up to 5 workers. If you have a full group, they'll be far more efficient. So you'd better add 2 more workers to this guy's team. Select the flashing Work Team button and make the group up to 5 workers. Select spare workers on the right to fill the team up to 5.
and then choose the flashing group selection icon to bring them together.
Righto.
Great job. You're getting the idea with these flashing icons. Now let's exit this screen. Right, enough of all this poncing about. Time to do some building. Let's start by placing your first building site.
A
So
ver.
let's head on over to the estate agent. The lumber yard will be your
Madre
first
mía.
resource, which is handy for a plank like you. Get it up and running to supply wood for your future buildings. Try finding a legal position to place the site by moving the cursor footprint around. You can tell which land you own because it's glowing your team colour. Position the cursor over where you want to build. If the cursor is red, then it's not a legal position.
Vale,
The
sí,
arrows
verde.
show which direction the gate will face. Would you look at that?
Venga,
A
ponerse a
brand
construir.
spanking new building site. To view the site, press X whilst hovering over the footings. To start working on this building, bring your men onto the site. This can be done by simply clicking on the Call Work Team icon. Alternatively, you could just tell your foreman to walk his sorry feet over there.
Vamos, irse para allá. Ahí van todos, míralos, que salados.
Watch them build. It's a real delight. If these guys keep up their day job, they'll gain experience and become much more reliable.
Hala, pues ya está, mira qué rápido.
Congratulations! You have finished your first lumber yard. To restock it, move a work team into the building. The lumber yard will be your source of wood for years to come. Press X whilst hovering over the building foundations, or click the new icon that's appeared on the left-hand side of the screen. To restock this resource, call the work team into the building.
Righto.
Now, let's have
Hala,
you stop
que dé dineritos.
10 units of wood. To speed up wood production, you can call a second team into the building.
Venga, todos a correr.
Nearly there. Just get it up to 10 units. You've made enough of a racket, but now we've got enough wood to start building our next property. Go to the estate agent to see your new choices. There are now more choices of buildings you can create. Click on the Homes icon to see what's new. You now have access to 3 low-grade tenant houses. We want you to build a log cabin, which will fit neatly beside your lumber yard. You can change the selected building type by using the directional buttons. Press the X button to place site. Well, that one's squeezed in nicely. Now you need to call a work team to finish the job. If your teams are busy, click on your foreman using X and move him to the site by pointing and clicking square.
Are you
Whilst
kidding or
people
what?
are inside a building, a flag appears outside. You can click on the base of his brown
Alright.
flag using X to select him.
Alright, calm down. Alright.
Si lo que pasa es que son muy pocos. ¿Esta mierda?
Alright.
Anda, coño. Esto es para que se vuelva. Mira que salado. No, ponte a currar ahí, hombre.
Alright.
We should have this new house knocked up in no time. Well done. Your first home has been completed and is ready to be rented out for the first time. Building a variety of types of houses will expand your choices in the future. Congratulations on your first tenant house, even if it is a bit naff. To look inside and choose a tenant, hover your pointer
Righto.
over the base of the building and press X.
¿Qué haces, cochino?
Hello.
A ver, que yo quiero señalar a este. A ver.
Yummy. Yummy. Who's there? Righto.
A ver, que se puede construir por ahí.
This place is obviously empty. To put a tenant in this house, click on the Appoint Tenant icon.
Pues no me entero mucho, la verdad. Ah, vale.
There are 5 levels of tenant, from the riffraff to the toffs. I'm afraid you're scraping the bottom of the barrel at this stage. Take this dodgy-looking pair. Whilst they have plenty of money, they don't breed. I think it's best we use the other couple. These slobs will do exactly what we need. They'll breed like rabbits to create extra workers and tenants. They've moved in and made themselves at home. Don't you love what they've done with the decor? You can find out what these tenants like and don't like by clicking on their picture. These slobs are the lowest level of tenant
Madre
that you
mía,
can
cómo
get.
va.
They're good for breeding quickly, are quite noisy and can cause problems for their neighbours. But as long as you don't annoy them, they can be fairly self-contained and don't expect too much in the way of luxuries. These areas give you information about the house and its tenant. Currently, these guys are paying rent, but we need to expand our empire and breed more workers. Click on the worker icon to have them start breeding a worker instead. There you go, your bundle of joys on its way. This display shows you how long before your worker will report for duty at your HQ. To make your tenants a bit more active in the bedroom and deliver your children quicker, I suggest you upgrade their bedroom. Click on the Redecorate Rooms button.
Madre mía. Para recordar la esta del niño,
There
¿sabes?
are 4 rooms in this gaff. Each of these rooms has a different benefit, such as increasing life expectancy, relieving stress, reducing repairs, and increasing birth rate, which is what we need right now. Please select the bedroom.
Ya está.
What a dump! There are several stages for each room that must be better than this. Select Upgrade Room to
Voy a
start
redecorar
redecorating.
la habitación para que sea más salada y así tengamos más chiquillos, ¿sabes?
You need to call a work team inside the building to complete the upgrade. Marvellous! Your team has completed the new bedroom. Doesn't that look better? Hopefully it'll have the desired effect. Let's go back to the main screen and see how they are getting on. You will notice that the birth rate has improved.
Bueno,
The
mira,
faster
ahora
the
están más
dial goes
contentos.
round, the quicker the next baby will appear. Just like in real life. They do slow down as they produce more children, but the
Hay que
happier they
producir
are,
chiquillos,
the
macho,
quicker they
madre
breed,
mía.
and more rent they are willing to pay.
Claro, si pagan más.
Everyone
Capitalismo
wants a
puro y
nice
duro.
garden to go with their house, so let's start by improving the fence.
Vale.
At the moment, you only have a limited selection of fences available. This tenant particularly likes the privet hedge, of course. Please select and purchase it. You need to get those lazy workers
Mira que
off
salado.
their tea break and out into the yard to do some more work. Please call them back out. Each fence has a
Venga,
different
ponos a trabajar ahí, hombre.
defensibility, as well as being
Hala.
aesthetically pleasing for
Está
your
precioso, ¿eh?
tenants. That looks much better and will keep your tenant happy. Now let's leave the house and have a look around.
A ver.
You can quickly see what each house is producing. Rent, workers, or more tenants, as shown by the floating icon above the house. If something else is wrong,
Madre
it will be
mía.
shown there instead. Now we need to teach you how to look after your estates. let's introduce you to one of our other characters, the Repairman. Please select this fine gentleman over here. Your
What do you want?
repairman's a right spanner. If you switch on auto repair, he will circle around all of your buildings on his current estate, repairing them one after another for you. Tidy. Alternatively, you can manually prioritise his work by moving him inside a particular building. Once the property is in immaculate condition, he will move on to his next job.
Ahí está currando, el reparador.
What's going on here?
¿Qué me estás
This
contando?
dude looks like he's up to no good.
Sí, sí, no es bonito eso. ¡Es mis dineros, cabrón! ¡Que viene a robarme! ¡Me ha robado la tabla!
Someone has stolen some resources from your site on Katie Swallow's estate. It might not be too late to catch him and get them back. Too late! He's disappeared down your tube station
sido
and he
bonito.
seems to have stolen all your wood. You'll need to restock that place. Get one of your teams back inside your lumber yard.
¿Qué cojones quieres que haga ahora, tío?
Looks like something's kicking off in here. Let's have a look inside the house.
Madre mía, la que se ha liado ahí.
Never happy. They've sent a complaint letter to the council. Click on their heads to see what's wrong. Oi,
Okay.
your factory's been going day and night. We can't stand the noise no more. Close it down for a bit or give us some double glazing. Some people they're obviously not happy living
bueno,
next
a ver.
to a loud factory. Better keep them sweet by getting your work team out of there.
No, que está en chicharrín, ¿no? A ver. ¿Podemos hacer más cosas?
Hello? Righto. Righto.
No, a ver, este chicharrín. Pues no sé qué cojones que...
Hello. Yes.
No puedo hacer nada más. A ver. Vale.
They're obviously not happy living next to a loud factory.
Sí, ya lo
Better
sé que
keep
están
them
al lado.
sweet by getting your work team out of there.
Ah, quiero que los saque fuera.
Who's there? Righto.
No me entero, tío.
Righto.
¿Dónde vais? entero. A ver, ¿se pueden sacar a todos o no?
Yes.
Ah, que es que aquí hay 7.
Hello. Yes. Who are righto.
A ver si conseguimos sacarlos a todos.
Hello. Righto.
That was easy
Vale,
to
vale,
deal
vale.
with.
Había que sacarlos.
They're not always as simple as that. However much you have, it's never enough. I think you need to buy some extra land for your next building project.
Pues hombre,
Please
sí.
select the world map icon. Use the directional buttons to browse through the available estates, or click on them directly. The larger the estate, the more
¿Cuánto va a haber?
expensive it'll be.
5.500. Guau,
Please
tenemos
select
una
the
pasta. A
plot of the
tope.
estate. Now we've
Vamos
got
a
some more
construir.
land, you can finally build your next home. Go back into your estate agent and see what's available. Now it's time to create another of the tenant homes. Once you have created at least one of each, it will unlock more variety. Please select a simple lodge this time. Right. You can now place this lodge anywhere on your new estate. You will see that you can orientate the house by moving it closer to one side than another. Or you can cycle through the directions by pressing square. Once happy with a position, press X to place it.
A ver, hijo, ¿vas o no? Vale. ¿Se puede poner o no se puede poner? No entiendo, tío. A ver, hijo. Vale, elijo esto. Vamos a aquí la pequeña, ¿eh?
Now
Ahora.
get those work teams on site to finish the building off.
Righto. Righto.
A ver, venirse todos.
Now,
No sé hacer...
you need
Joder,
to
vaya
put a
puta
tenant
mierda
in
de
this
casa,
new
tío.
lodge.
No seáis más
Please
cutres.
use the slob tenants again, like before. Hello. Oi. Hello.
Joder, vale, nosotros no lo compran.
Each tenant has a certain life expectancy. You have a limited number of tenants, so you must breed more, so they will be ready for when you need them later in the game. Please instruct your new tenants to breed a level 1 tenant.
Ah, vale, subirlo aquí.
Well done. Now, to speed up the breeding process, you should improve their bedroom like last time.
Joder, con la manía tiene de subirlo. Pues nada, hombre. Vamos a hacer ahí un dormitorio salado.
Now, please improve their fence to keep them happy. A picket fence would look very nice.
¿Cuánto cuesta esto? 21%. Joder, 600 pavos cuesta, ¿eh? Vamos a ponerle este. Estarás contento porque, bueno... Mira que salado. Esta mola mucho más que la otra, ¿eh? Ya está, tío. Ya está. Venga, coño, ya te he comprado la sala. ¿Qué más quieres? No te entiendo, ya está, tío, lo ha puesto el otro. ¿Qué más quieres? Qué pesado. Tío, siempre... Ya, pero tío. Si ya lo he añadido, ¿qué más? ¿Qué cojones quieres más? A ver si le gusta más esta. Pues ya está. No sé qué me estás contando, cacho cabrón. Sí, vale, aquí. A ver si tengo que poner una en particular. Vale, vale, era esto. Anda, mira, ha tenido un chiquillo. Mírale, mírale que se ha dado. Pero qué cojones quieres que haga, que ya está. Joder, qué pesado, qué cansino que sí. A ver. No te gusta ninguna, macho. Qué pesado eres. No, qué pero ¿cómo cojones quieres que le suba de nivel, tío? Joder. Nada, que no sé qué me estás contando, cacho cap. Uf. Que ya está, tío, que ya lo he hecho. Maldito cabrón, voy a gastar toda la puta pasta aquí. Joder. Sí, pero que ya lo tengo, tío. ¿Qué más quieres que haga? ¡Que yo los he elegido todas, cabrón! Aquí siempre... Sí, vale, y ya está, ¿y qué? Estoy happy. Joder, qué cansinismo, chaval. ¿Qué cojones os pasa, tronco?
Okay, if you're ready to
Joder,
move
¿ya?
on, then we need to build the
Madre
final
mía, si está a 3/4 de hora,
project,
tronco, cabrón.
a Soweto hut. Once you do this, it will unlock the next resource, a cement factory. A larger garden will please your tenant more and make it easier to decorate the garden with objects. You can push out the edges of the plot by
Righto.
holding R2 and pressing the directional
Bajar un
buttons.
poco, cabrones.
Once happy with the location of your Soweto hut, place it by pressing X. Now, get one of your work teams on site to finish this building off.
Righto.
Due to the high quality of your shacks, the council surveyor is going to let you build some proper houses after you've built the cement yard. This house now needs a tenant who will start paying us rent. We have a business to run and we need to make money. Please select the greaser tenants.
Joder, estos delincuentes.
Hello.
Anda, coño, vamos a dejar esto.
It is possible to force tenants to pay more rent. Doing this will make them less happy, which may cause you problems, so be careful. Now, let's push their rent up by at least 25%.
Hostia, 25.
To make sure you
Vale.
keep track of what's going on in the world when inside a building, you can toggle the radar on and off by pressing R1. Have a go before you exit the house. To look after these new houses, please select your other repairman. Move him to the Brompton estate and set him auto-repairing.
Alright, calm down. Alright.
I think it's time to buy another larger estate to give you room to expand your empire. Please buy the Beaverbrook estate on the world map screen.
Madre mía, es complicado cojones, ¿eh? Esta de aquí. A ver. Es esta de aquí. Pero ¿por qué cojones? Vale.
After
Ahora la
building all the
compro.
level
Bueno.
1 tenant houses, you can now build a cement factory on your new plot of land. Select the cement factory via the estate agent and build this now.
¿Qué cojones voy a construir, chaval? Hostia, una de cemento. Qué salado. Pues toda ya saco. Ahí,
Now
joder.
it's time to finish the building off. Get one of your work teams on site
and start building.
Venirse. Hombre, está salado porque es de estrategia. Lo que pasa que, el inglés es durillo, ¿eh? El que meten.
The cement works has been finished and is now up and running. Now start some real buildings.
We ought to get another one of them repairmen circling this estate, but we don't have any spare. Here's how to knock out new ones in your HQ.
If you click on the HQ icon in the top left using the square button, it will scroll the map to its location. Alternatively, using the X button will take you straight inside.
This is your HQ screen, which allows you to monitor how many people and tenants you
Madre
currently
mía.
have or are in production. In here, you can also convert workers into other characters. Convert 3 spare workers into a repairman by clicking the icon.
Now, set this new repairman to auto repair on the Beaverbrook estate.
Alright. Alright.
Ah, tira para allá.
We now
No.
need a gadget factory to start manufacturing products to keep your tenants happy. Select the gadget factory and place it on your new estate.
Me estás contando, ¿qué cojones es eso?
Now, get one of your work teams on site to finish this building off.
Madre mía. A ver. Tira para allá. ¿Pero por dónde cojones van? ¿Por qué dais toda la vuelta? Madre mía. Eché la puerta allí, macho. Está la puerta al revés, míralo. Y tiene que darte la vuelta, míralos. Venga, rapidito. Vamos.
You don't have enough resources to finish the
Bueno,
building.
claro.
You will need to send a work team back to the resource to restock it before
No
work
tengo.
continues.
No tengo ladrillacos ni mierdas. Sin aborto, teammate. No, vale. Vale, trabajar un poco para los recursos, hijo. No, pero esto se hace en madera, ¿no? ¿Y estos qué cojones se hacen? Pues ahí hago madera. No, irse para acá. Ahí vienen, ¿no? Vale, a ver. Vale, es que esto se hace en madera. Vale, vale, vale. Vale, vale, vale. Vale, ¿ves? Ahora. Necesitamos cementito, pues construimos cementito. Vale, a ver si ahora podemos.
Righto.
Joder, es que la putada es que tengan que dar toda la puta vuelta, tío. Joder, en vez de poner la puta entrada aquí. Joder, míralos, es que tiene que dar. ¿Dónde van? ¿Ves? Tiene que dar toda la puta vuelta. Bueno, ya vienen estos. Venga, venga, que hay que acabar el edificio, hijos. Pero no me va a dar otra. Ah, vale, ya está.
factory has been completed, allowing houses and gardens to start being improved.
¿Estos qué hacen?
Gadgets for
Qué
houses,
pesado.
such as computers to create the next level of
Onda la hostia.
tenants, will soon be available. Welcome to your gadget factory. Here you can build many items to enhance the inside and outside of your houses.
Ah, guay.
Planting trees in your tenants' gardens will give them the shade they need to dodge the sun's rays. It'll stop them complaining too. Select the trees icon and then click again to add it to the queue. The figure in the bottom right corner shows the number waiting to be produced.
Es el
You
acero.
will need to
Vale.
call a work team into the building to complete the production. It's a shame money doesn't grow on trees that quickly. Now that they're in stock, you can choose where to place them by clicking the Deliver icon. Please put 2 trees in a single garden. Press X to place a marker and a delivery man will bring it to the site shortly. Just make sure it is in a legal position in the garden. Once you have placed all the objects that you wish to, press circle to exit the mode. Oh yes, I can smell their green fingers from here. Now return to the gadget factory to see what else will improve your tenants' lives. More gadgets are now available. The Okie Kokie 2000 is a state-of-the-art personal computer which will enrich child education.
¿Qué saga
Build
voy a
lots of
hacer?
computers so we can start producing better tenants. Now, let's get one of these delivered to your posh Soweto hut.
Hostias, difícil de
Select the
cojones, eh.
Deliver button to have your delivery guy personally transport it.
Vale, vale.
Target the Soweto hut and press square to begin the delivery.
Ahí, dineros. Otro más. Ah, vale, ya va para allá.
Plug and
Míralo, a
play.
venderlos.
Let's go inside and check the gadget screen to see if they've turned it on correctly. Oh, my! You can really see the 256 colours in all their glory. Gadgets can also be collected by the tenant himself to avoid
Pues esto es
waiting
lo que
for a
tenemos que
delivery.
construir. Madre mía, chaval.
Now, with the computer installed, this property is able to produce next-level tenants. Please select the Level 2 tenant birth type. This Level 2 tenant will be the perfect choice for our state-of-the-art bungalow. So let's go build one whilst we wait for the whippersnapper to mature. I've always wanted a bungalow. Get your work team on site to build it.
Vamos. A construir, cracks. Madre mía, la que se puede liar aquí. Pero estos vienen, ¿dónde cojones están, tío? Ah, que no hay ninguno. ¿Dónde cojones están?
Production has halted. An enemy spy has wandered on site.
Ah, vale,
We
vale,
need to
vale.
get rid of him as soon as possible. Your workers can attack any enemy character. Select one of your workers and then hover over the enemy and press square to attack. Alternatively, you can select multiple characters by lassoing them.
Hostia, estos son los contrarios. Vale, pero ¿dónde cojones está el enemigo? ¿A quién cojones hay que atacar, tío?
Your workers can attack any enemy character.
Oi.
Select one of your workers
Oi.
and then hover
Oi.
over the enemy and
Oi.
press square
Oi.
to attack.
Oi.
Alternatively, you can
Bueno,
select
liando
multiple
parda ahí.
characters by lassoing them.
Oi. 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 Oi.
Venga, coño, métele ya.
Good job.
Toma por culo.
Now to just finish off the building work.
No tengo cemento.
Yup. Yup.
Tea break.
Yup. 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 Yup.
No, esta no era esta. Se te hace... Ah, no. Oh, ¿cuál es esto? Sí, el cemento. ¿Esto qué es? Ah, coño, hay que hacer cementico del bueno. Uno, ¿cuánto necesito?
Now, time to get an appropriate tenant for this little box. Select either of the level 2 tenants, punks or students. The choice is yours.
A ver.
Listen, you.
These guys will happily pay their rent every month, but there are quicker ways of making money. Let's step outside for a chat.
Esto es para subir
Things
de
in
nivel.
Constructor aren't always above board. A good way of making money is to steal someone else's hard-earned assets and then sell them quickly before someone comes knocking.
Bueno, mira, esta es más suave que la otra.
To take over a property, first select one of your foremen. Now, take your foreman and his team to the beacon outside the gate of the enemy house by hovering over the beacon and pressing
Righto.
square.
So, boom. Look at this rebel. The future of mankind. God help us.
Buah, hasta que lleguen a llevar... Ah, que se van en metro, ¿o qué? Mira, no, se van en metro. ¡Oh, qué salados!
Target your foreman at this house by hovering over the footprint and pressing square.
Here, you.
Once he has demolished the entire
¡Oh,
fence,
oh,
the
oh!
house
Nos
will be
vamos
yours.
a cargar la casa de los otros.
Here, you. Here, you.
Oh dear! Mario, the enemy's cousin, happens to be in town and he doesn't look happy.
Righto.
I think he
Righto.
might be saying hello to
Righto.
his little friend.
Righto. Righto.
Me va a matar, tío, si no tengo...
Righto. Righto.
Ah, toma por culo, lo he liquidado. Claro, es que tiene un puto fusil.
That one, I'm afraid. It seems it's not always that easy. Hopefully they can put it back together. Luckily, these foremen are a bit like cats,
Madre mía.
although without 9 lives.
Sí, voy a tener 9
We're
vidas.
obviously going to need some underhand tactics of our own. Time to introduce you to the undesirables.
Madre mía. Ahora sabemos que
We
tengo que
now have
contratar...
access to the
para liar la
Eddie
parda.
Commune, home of the half-wit. Let's get one of those knocked up quick smart.
No tengo pelas 5. Sí que tengo pelas, tío. Tengo de sobra, ¿no?
These
Anda.
undesirable abodes take quite a lot of resources, so make sure you have enough and get your work team on site.
Madre mía. vaya torre voy a
Now,
construir ahí. A ver.
let's take a look inside the hippie commune by
A ver.
clicking on the base of the building. You seem to have got the lazy bugger out of bed.
Oh,
You can
oh,
choose what to use him for by clicking on the pictures. Let's have us a street party. You can guide this dimwit by pointing where you want him to walk to and pressing square. Let's start a party outside the enemy house to distract his people. When the cursor goes green, you can select the hippie's target position. He's a bit slow, I'm afraid, but he'll get there in the end, because undesirables are not allowed on the Tube network.
O sea, que el tío se viene aquí a liarla un poco parda. Fíjale.
You can track his progress by selecting the hippie and clicking on the follow icon. The camera will follow him all the way.
Vamos, crack. Dale un poco de brío. ¿Dónde va? Cuando llegue se acaba el juego. Vamos, dale. Pepe. Ya llega. A ver qué hace.
Watch him go! That should keep people distracted. So let's try taking that house over again, using your foreman. Please select a foreman and target the house using square.
Hey? Here, you.
A ver si
You can
ahora lo
speed
llega.
up the process by using multiple foremen. And you can use your workers to ward off anyone
O sea,
who
lo
tries to
despisto con
stop.
el hippie que está liándola y mientras el otro destroza la casa, ¿sabes? A ver si lo consigue.
What do you want?
No, sí que lo consigue, ¿eh? ¿Está?
Well done.
Anda,
You
coño.
successfully took over that house.
Nos
You
hemos
should
hecho con
sell
la
it now
casa.
to make a quick buck. Go inside the house and click on the sell house icon.
Y la vendemos. Di que sí.
Right, I think I've spent enough of my precious time trying to teach you the ropes. You, my son, need to step up to the mark and take over day-to-day running. Now get a wriggle on and get some of the available houses built. I'll be in touch. Don't call me, I'll call you. Kids these days.
Bueno, pues ya veis cómo es la dinámica del juego. O sea, nosotros construimos, tenemos otros que también construyen, que son el enemigo, y tenemos que hacernos con la ciudad. Es así de simple. Así que nada. Es un pelín complicado, sobre todo el inglés, que es un pelín duro, y aprenderlo lleva su tiempo. Pero bueno, por lo menos la demo está salada. Así que nada, vamos a dejarlo por aquí y nos vemos en algún otro vídeo, gente. Hasta ahora. A tomar por culo. Venga, gente. Ya nos han atacado. Qué cabrones.
Oh,
Pues nada.
bad luck.
Hemos
Your
perdido.
HQ was blown to smithereens. Sweet dreams, sucker.
Oh, la hemos palmado. No, esto es a la ET. A loser. A loser rip. Madre mía. Volveré. Bueno, pues vamos a dejarlo por aquí. Mira, vamos a poder jugar también un poco, supongo. Pero nada, vamos a dejarlo por aquí, que ya habéis visto más o menos cómo es el juego. Y yo también, que no lo había visto. Y nada, nos vemos en otro vídeo del canal. Hasta ahora, gente.